Instagram stories. So some people will be familiar with Instagram ads. Not many people are probably going to be familiar with Instagram stories, which is one of the things that we're doing at the moment that's driving a lot of traffic very, very cheaply for us. So this is going to give you a significant advantage. Most of your competition won't know how to do this piece. You'll see that it's very, very similar to Facebook, but not exactly the same, basically how it's going to work. All right, so if you're happy with Facebook, let's get stuck into Instagram. So why Instagram? Basically, it's nearly at 1 billion people now. So it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, getting more and more powerful. If you look at this, it does have very much a younger demographic, which Mark was talking about before. So a lot of 25 to 34s, 18 to 24s, and even younger, like they're 12 to 17. So if you've got a lot of age, an older age demographic, then it's probably not as great. There's more women than there is men, but I wouldn't let that worry you as far as like it's very, very similar. It's not like Pinterest where it's primarily a female audience. Yeah, it's kind of split. So there's multiple different ways we can do Instagram ads, but we're going to look at just a couple of them. Let's start with the fundamentals. There's no Instagram ads manager. It's the Facebook ads manager, remember, because Facebook bought Instagram. So you advertise via the same platform. The marketing objectives are exactly the same. So whether we're trying to do video views or traffic or conversions, that kind of stuff. So it's exactly the same, that piece. Nothing's really any different there. The only thing that's really different is the placements. Remember, placements is just a fancy word for where do we want to show our ad. Okay, and so here you'll see it says Instagram feed or Instagram stories. And remember our golden rule before, we're only advertising on Facebook at one time or Instagram at one time. We're not ticking both. Okay, so here we've unticked all the Facebook stuff. And with Instagram, the next golden rule is we're only choosing the feed or stories in one go. We're not choosing both in the same campaign. And the reason why is because, again, you can do different stuff with them. So if I do it down here, if we choose Instagram feed, it allows us to do these square videos like this. But if we choose Instagram stories, and that can be up to 1 minute, and then if we do Instagram stories, it's going to be the taller video. I'll grab the exact dimensions for you in a minute, and it can only be up to 15 seconds, which you might think, is that even long enough to tell a story? But you'll see that it is. So this is why we've got our two golden rules. Golden rule number one, we don't combine Facebook and Instagram together in the one campaign or the one ad set. And then golden rule number two, if we are doing Instagram, we either choose feed or stories, not both, okay? Because they behave differently. So, all right, that's how it works. So the main ways to use Instagram, there's actually like 6 or 8, but I don't want to make it confusing. I just really want to 80-20 it down. So is everyone familiar with the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule? So it's talking about what's the 20% of things that are going to give you 80% of results. Okay, so the 80-20 principle is kind of like how I run my life in many ways. So I basically 80-20 everything. I think my wife thinks that I 80-20 too much stuff like cleaning the house and that kind of stuff as far as... so you can take it too far. There's certain professions, like if you've got a heart surgeon, you don't want him to 80-20 it, you know what I mean, as far as that kind of thing. But as a general rule, what's the 20% of things that are going to give you 80% of the results? So the main ways to use Instagram ads. So here we're looking at awareness, leads, and conversions. So we're going to start off with a single video ad. Okay, remember, which is going to be this square video up to 1 minute. So this is just like an example of it. And you can see it's going to have a button below it, which is got a call to action on it, and only a little bit of text. You can see there's only like 3 lines of text there. So, all right, so how are we going to do it? First of all, we have to start with the video. So just like what we did with the YouTube and that kind of stuff, we have to start with the video. And so I think we chose 1080, didn't we? Yeah, so this is the correct size. This square, 1080 by 1080. And just like what we looked at before with the example, it doesn't matter if we've shot it wide before, like when we brought it up. When we edit it, it'll end up 1080 by 1080. So this is done in ScreenFlow, but it can be done in Camtasia or whatever you want. And then, so you can see there, that's an example of it. We're dragging the video in. And then, yeah, want a convenient high chair in your purse. So what I've done here is, because that's a square video, and then this bit is a rectangle what's it called, landscape video. I've just dragged that in, and then I've put a black box there with the white writing on it. And then I just change this writing all the time to match what's on the thing. So, because remember what we know on like Instagram and Facebook, when people first start going through the videos, like unless they click on it, it's not going to have any sound. So does anyone know where that came from, that idea? It was from the Harry Potter movies and the Harry Potter books. They had newspapers that had video, like moving images in it that didn't have any sound. And that's where Facebook got the idea from, for if you scroll through the news feed. And yeah, interesting, maybe, I don't know, I'm a geek, so I like that stuff. So that's how we're going to do like our video, so that it's got, the idea is even if they don't press the sound, it doesn't matter because they can read it as it goes along. So that's how we're going to do our video. And then at the end of the video, we need a call to action. So you'll notice here in this Instagram video, it's got a different call to action than when we get into the Instagram stories. Instagram story actually has a call to action which says swipe up to get it. Whereas this one, like, remember there was going to be that button below it, and it says, so here I'm just saying special now on, get yours today and save. So we've now created a square video that has that. So I don't know whether you can see what that was. This is one of our products. It's probably our best-selling product, to be fair. So it's like for a baby or a toddler, where you put that thing over the traditional chair, and it straps them in, and it's like a portable high chair, yeah, wherever you go. And we just sell hundreds and hundreds of those a day. It's crazy. It's really, it solves a problem. So that's what's really cool about that. And the other thing about this product, can you see how it also, they're not necessarily searching for a portable high chair, but I can put an ad in front of them and then have a mum say, oh, that's good, I could use that. You know what I mean? So then it's got to be sexy, cool type stuff to get awareness ads working on these platforms. So then we've added a call to action at the end, and then we need to create the campaign. So same like before, we're going to go create a campaign, and then we need to choose an objective. In this case, I'm choosing conversions because I want sales of this thing, but you could be choosing traffic, you could be choosing video views. There's no right or wrong answer. You've just got to really figure out what's the objective you're after. Here, I'm specifically after sales, but I also do this exact same ad and drive traffic directly to Amazon. And with that, I just do traffic. So then we need to set up the ad. Here, because it's conversions, it's saying, okay, what are we going to count it as a conversion? So a conversion could be when it hits a thank you page, or a conversion could be when they get to the end of the cart, you know, that kind of stuff. So that's what that's asking me there. How are we going to define a conversion? Here I've actually optimized for add to basket, which means when they've added to cart, because a lot of people don't finish a checkout. So we want to tell Instagram in this case, just as many people as you can, getting people to add to cart, that'll be great. And then here, remember our golden rules. Number 1, only Facebook or Instagram only. So we've chose Instagram. Golden rule number 2, we're only going to choose either the feed or Instagram stories. So here we've chosen the feed, which is going to let us do the square video, which is up to 1 minute long. And then from there we say, okay, we're optimizing for conversions, or it could be optimizing for clicks. And then that's pretty much it that we need to do there. So then we need to choose, okay, is it a single image or is it a single video? And as a general rule, it's going to be better to do a video. So we choose there a single video, and then it says upload your video. And we've got that video file that we made before. And then effectively we just set up our ad. So like, what's the thumbnail for it? And then we write some text, like write some sales text. And you can see how the whole thing's starting to come together now, like an Instagram, like an Instagram ad. And we've got a call to action button there, shop now, which is actually this text there. So that's kind of, that's how it works. Preview how it looks, and then go confirm. And that's the basics of how to create an Instagram ad. All right, so then Instagram stories, and this is the one we're getting particularly cheap traffic for. And I think because it's new, like these Instagram story ads, and because most people don't know how to do it, that's why it's just so cheap right now. So this is something you can easily create for your business. And remember, so it's a video like this. You can see it's very, very tall, and it's designed to take up pretty much nearly all of your screen. Okay, so it's designed for this screen there. Okay, and then the size, so I didn't write that down before. So remember this one, the square video could be, 1 minute, and then it could be, that was the exact size. And this one can be 15 seconds, the Instagram story. And then the height there was 1920 pixels high. And then the width was 1080 wide. So that matters because we're creating two different video files. Okay, so now what we need to do is first, again, we have to start with the video. You can see a bit of a trend. We're doing the same things over and over again. But again, we've chosen the custom dimensions. How big do we want our video? It's going to be the tall one. And then we need to drag our video assets in or our photos in, whatever we're going to do. And zoom in on them pretty much so that we've got like the tall thing happening. And you'll see down here, it's basically a whole bunch of edits. So every 2 or 3 seconds, it's an edit of a new image and a new bit of wording so that I'm telling a story. I'm trying to take them on a journey, and I'll show you the exact video. I'm telling a story over 15 seconds. And then with the call to action, I actually moved it to the bottom for the swipe up because I wanted them to swipe up. And if they try to swipe up from the top, like some people are literally going to click on that and swipe up. So that's why I had the wording at the top, and then for the last frame, I moved it to the bottom. So that's a whole 15 seconds, but it shows you can tell a story, and that's working absolutely amazing at the moment. Add a swipe up call to action at the end of the video. And I don't know whether you can see it back there. No, I haven't done it yet, but I'm adding a swipe up call to action there, but I'm also, when we create the text on the ad, I'm adding swipe up, in that section too. So if you haven't done this bit before, this is kind of like a prerequisite for Instagram advertising. You need to link just your Instagram account and your Facebook account, which is just you do in Facebook business settings, and then go to Instagram accounts, say add an account, give it your username and password, and that's it. So kind of a little bit geeky, it's just got to be done once. Once you've done that once, you've linked your 2 accounts, then you can advertise to Instagram properly, okay? So we've now created that video, we've put swipe up on call to action on the bottom, and now we're ready to create an Instagram story ad. So go now create campaign, so a complete campaign. Again, the same thing from an objectives. What are we trying to achieve? So in this case, I'm just doing traffic, but it could be conversions, could be, that's kind of the main 2 that you would use here. And then when we get down into the ad set, we're saying like we're trying to send traffic over to our website. We define the audience the same way as we've already done, or here in this case, I'd saved this audience before. So sometimes when you define an audience, there's a button there that says save audience, and you can do that so that you don't have to set it up every time. And so that's what I've done here to make that much, much easier. And then remember our 2 golden rules, Facebook or Instagram only, and then Instagram feed or stories only. So here we've got unticked all the Facebook stuff, and now we've ticked Instagram stories because we're going to do the tall video and it's only 15 seconds. Okay, so we've chosen Instagram stories. We give it a budget. How much do we want to spend a day? 10, 15 bucks, whatever it is. There I've got 40 bucks. And we want to optimize for sending people over to our landing page. And then when I got up to this section, when I first set it up, I thought, oh, it's weird. They don't give me that option for that tall video, but I just went ahead anyway, and you choose single video. But when you actually get into the next step, it'll only let you upload one of those tall videos. If it doesn't have that right format, it won't let you do it. So you choose single video like normal, but then you have to have this tall video, 1080, 1920, and 15 seconds. So if you don't have that piece of the puzzle, it won't let you proceed basically. So we upload our tall video and then choose like what's our video thumbnail if they haven't seen it. And then we write the ad copy. And then in the ad sales copy at the end, I think I've got there, swipe up and get yours and save today. So we're telling them swipe up on the video, and we're also telling them swipe up on our ad sales copy. Does that make sense? Because it's a different call to action. They don't necessarily know how to do it. You can see there, learn more. It's an arrow pointing up, so it's trying to. There's like 3 or 4 things encouraging them, to do it, and then we save it. That's pretty much it. So, and then this is sort of how it looks. This is a Facebook preview, so it's not exactly the same, but you get the gist of it. That's kind of putting the whole thing together. So this could be a great remarketing ad, about your product or your service. Basically telling the story and are unhappy with the results you've been getting, want a completely different change, do something you've never done before, and then come over and see you guys, come for your free consult or whatever it is. So that can be done like targeting an audience, or it could also be done as a remarketing.